On the occasion of Milad Nabi, we take the opportunity to learn more about our Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, and the example that he left for us to follow. In the Quran, Allah tells us in chapter 3, verse 31, قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي يُحْبِبْكُمُ اللَّهُ وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ وَاللَّهُ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. Say, O Prophet, if you sincerely love Allah, then follow me. Allah will love you and forgive your sins, for Allah is most forgiving, most merciful. One of the examples the Prophet, peace be on him, left for us to follow is the method of personal development, how to become better versions of ourselves, and to live a life to do the best of this world and the next. He gave us the formula to make that happen. In fact, he lived it. He strived consistently and selflessly for 23 years to establish Islam. For the first 10 years, in fact, he was vilified and subject to ridicule and abuse by others, including members of his own family. This was in addition to dealing with personal loss of his son, at one point, his wife, and his guardian uncle. But he never gave up. He kept striving, even after he migrated to Medina. He had to face 3 wars in addition to burying 4 of his children, while in his 50s, before he conquered Makkah. He was alive only 2 to 3 years after that, and buried 2 more children before he himself passed away. Today he is recognized for his achievements, uniting the tribes, changing social behaviors and values, shifting focus away from the material wealth and fame to knowledge and conduct. He's acknowledged by Muslims and non-Muslims alike as one of, if not the greatest leader who has ever lived, based on achievement. The principles he has established have led to the formation and formalization of bodies of knowledge, development in optics, astronomy, navigation, the formalization of subjects like chemistry, biology, pharmacology, and healthcare. In social sciences, establishing the foundation for such disciplines as pedagogy, history, anthropology, sociology, economics, algorithms, and algebra. And furthermore, consolidation of world knowledge at the time, from civilizations across Greece, India, China, and North Africa. Our Prophet, peace be on him, left an example as a husband and a father, as a neighbor, as a friend, as an orphan, an employee, and a migrant, as a social advocate, a revolutionary, a teacher, an imam, spiritual guide, negotiator, a judge, mediator, statesman, and a leader, in addition to others. He came to show us strength. He had every reason to become depressed, every reason to have anxiety attacks, to even be bitter or seek revenge. He chose faith and trust in Allah, and he chose forgiveness. He chose kindness and gentleness, caring, selflessness, even to those opposing him. He knew that everything happened for a reason, everything happened for the best, and it was all part of Allah's plan. In the meantime, he knew what he had to do, what needed to be done, and he did it with patience and with endurance. Today, we know that success in this world is the result of consistency, and success in the hereafter is the result of selflessness and total submission to Almighty Allah. So how do we achieve these in our lives? Consistency, we know, is achieved through discipline and perseverance or endurance. Discipline we get from routine and habit, doing something at fixed times every day, whether you want to do it or feel to do it or not. What helps you build discipline? As Muslims, we have Salat. Perform these actions within these specific time periods during the day, every day. The thing about discipline is once you master it, adding to it becomes easy. You know, when you have money, you begin to see opportunities to make more money. It's the same with discipline. When you can achieve it, you see opportunities to do more and add more effort and maintain it easily. So we have a means to build discipline. The next aspect of consistency is perseverance or endurance. These are achieved through self-sacrifice, sacrificing preference for patience, now for later. Sacrifice builds drive and motivation to stay the course, even when you are discouraged, even when you're not seeing results. So what helps you build endurance? As Muslims, we have fasting, voluntarily giving up very natural things like eating or drinking for the duration of daylight. When you want to control yourself, one of the best things you can do is fast. When you want to tame a wild animal, you starve it first and then you feed it after. It's the same with our nafs. We starve it and then we feed it, and through that we gain control over it. Then you can find yourself persevering in other efforts more easily. Even when things get difficult, you'll be able to see it through to the end. So we have the means to build our capacity for consistency through discipline, salat, and perseverance through fasting. What then of selflessness? We get to this point when we can suspend our ego and care for others as much as we care for ourselves. Even more, in fact. In Islam, we are told to love our brothers what we love for ourselves. So how do we achieve selflessness? One way to do this is to give charity. Giving charity, even if it is just a little bit often. You give up what you have and remind yourself that you are a custodian of all that you have, really. You don't really own it, and the value is in what it can do to change people's lives, not just to earn bragging rights. It makes no sense amassing it to stand above others when you could help them instead. You also achieve selflessness through Hajj, making the pilgrimage, retracing the steps the Hajar made to save her son, and in doing so, becoming lost in a crowd where each person is only focused on Almighty Allah. No importance is given to you really beyond basic safety concerns. It's a humbling experience and tends to erode one's ego. So we know the formula: consistency and selflessness. We have the tools in the form of salat, fasting, zakat, and hajj. That's 4 of the 5 pillars of Islam. And all are geared to help you build yourself and live the best life. In the Quran, chapter 12, verse 108, Allah tells the Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, say, "This is my way, I invite to Allah with insight, I and those who follow me." On the occasion of Milad Nabi and moving forward, may we follow the example that we were given, and through that may we achieve the levels of consistency and selflessness in all that we do, so that we can earn the best for this life and the next.